Listen, guys, let's talk about the 50-year mortgage versus the 30-year mortgage. First, it's important that we understand a couple things. Math is super important. So a lot of times people feel that, well, wow, this 30-year mortgage is going to, I mean, the 50-year mortgage is going to be awesome. It's going to make my payment go down lower. But let's examine some things. First, let me backtrack and go to the real basics. We have to understand what the difference between an asset and a liability is. In the most simplest terms, an asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out of your pocket. So many times people think that certain things like a car is an asset when in fact it's a liability. Now, depending on how you look at it, a house can be an asset or a liability. Here's why I said that. A house, you're making payments on it. Even if you pay off your house, you still have things like utilities, property tax, maintenance costs, etc., even after the house is paid for. So at that point, it's kind of a liability, technically. However, if you're using your home to create income, it becomes an asset, particularly if it's paid off. So for an example, operating a business, if you have inventory in your home, that consists of being a warehouse. So now you don't have to have a warehouse. So your house becomes a warehouse where you may have products in your home. So there's multiple ways to make your house be an asset. So understanding that, let's move forward. Let's talk about the 50-year versus the 30-year mortgage. Now, when I was growing up, your car note was like 2 to 3 years and you pay off a car. But then we started migrating to the 60-year, the 72-year, and I've even heard that there's 96 months, correction, not years, but a 2-year payment, and then you had a 60-month payment, which is 5 years, and then you also had 72, and now it's supposedly 96-month loans out there. Can you believe that? So check this out. We oftentimes think lower payment is the best, but it's the interest rate. I did a video the other day where we talked about people tackling their debt. They use the overtime roll up, whatever it is. It's where you pay stuff off by paying the smallest amount of a loan. That is detrimental. You got to find the one with the highest interest rate. Just because this balance may be $400 or $500 and you have another one that's $1,500, well, if the interest rate on the $500 is 24%, and you got a 50% interest rate over here on the bigger one, you got to tackle the biggest interest rate. So let's talk about this. If you have an interest rate that's 30 years,